Welcome to the M.A.C method, the world's simplest, most science-based tool to transform your life. Now, this is the world's simplest, most science-based method to form a new habit or achieve a life-changing goal. I have used this tool in every single aspect of my life, from health to work to wealth to relationships. It works. Now, the M.A.C method stands for M, measure it, A, accountability partner, and C, calendar. So here's the three rules of achieving a life-changing transformation. Rule number one, measure it. What gets measured on a daily, weekly basis gets mastered. Rule number two, get an accountability partner. It's the cheapest, most effective insurance policy for your most important goals. And rule number three, put it on the schedule. If it ain't on the calendar, it ain't happening. Now, here's my favorite pieces of science that support the M.A.C method. First one's from Dr. Gail Matthews out of Dominican University of California. And Dr. Matthews conducted an experiment with 267 participants to test how goal achievement was affected by writing goals, forming action plans, sharing them, and providing weekly progress updates. Participants were grouped by task level. The group that wrote goals, committed actions, shared them with a friend, and sent weekly progress reports had the highest success. Approximately 76% of that group achieved their goals, compared with about 43% who only thought about goals. The study supports that writing, public commitment, and accountability significantly increased goal attainment. Second piece of research. Research shows that simply tracking your behavior can double your results. A large study published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine found that people who kept a daily food journal lost twice as much weight as those who didn't track. Data from the National Weight Control Registry also shows that 75% plus of long-term weight loss maintainers weigh themselves at least weekly. The lesson: what gets measured gets managed. Writing it down turns eating into awareness, and awareness drives automatic behavioral change. Third piece of research: decades of research on implementation intentions by psychologist Peter Gollwitzer shows that scheduling the exact when and where of an action massively boosts follow through. In one study published in the British Journal of Health Psychology, only 38% of people exercised when they merely intended to, but 91% followed through when they wrote a specific plan, like Monday at 6 p.m. at the gym. The science is clear. Don't set goals, set appointments. A calendar converts wishes into automatic behavior. And here's our last piece of science to support the M.A.C method. Behavioral scientists Katie Milkman, John Bashirs, and studied thousands of adults using temptation bundling and scheduled gym visits. Published in Management Science, participants who locked workouts to a specific calendar times increased attendance by 29 to 51%. The takeaway: behavior rises when it has a time and place. Scheduling it isn't motivation, it's design. When it's on your calendar, action becomes automatic and not negotiable. Now, here's two of my favorite measure it actions by two of my favorite people in the world. One, my great friend, mentor, and teacher, Dr. Jason Selk, who I believe is the world's greatest expert on performance, winning, success, and happiness. And Dr. Selk talks about his how he measures relationship success and how intentional he was about this. And he says, this is when his kids were young. He has three kids. When I get home, it's called 5-minute attention. I walk in the house, whoever's at the house, I go give them 5 minutes attention, and it's all on them. Now, he did this with his wife and he did this with his 3 kids. That was his process. So he measured it. Okay. He also uh, did this, and he said this is one of the best things he ever did in his life. Once every 3 months, he traveled with just his wife, just the two of them. And once a year, he took each one of his children on a one-on-one trip. So that's how he measured it and put it on the schedule. He put these trips on the schedule in his calendar. And here's something similar that Dr. Peter Attia did. And he said, I want to have a special day with each of my kids individually, once a month. So that means, for example, take my kid to Disneyland if that's the thing they want to do, take my daughter to Los Angeles if she wants to go shopping, or take my son, who's really into Harry Potter, to Harry Potter Land. So once a month, he wants to have a special day with his kids. That's again on the schedule and it's measured. Okay, this is how you have a great life. Now apply this to your health. Get it on the schedule in terms of how many days you want to work out or how many steps a day you want to take. If you have to schedule walks into your day, if you're trying to lose weight, uh, you want to lose 10 pounds, say in 90 days, do this in a healthy way, talk to a doctor, but it's measuring it and it's getting an accountability partner. Okay, so you want to schedule it as much as you can. If you can't always schedule it, at least have that measure and accountability partner. So my challenge to you is identify a life-changing goal that you want to achieve in the next 90 days, whether it's to become a much better partner or parent or leader for your team or organization. That's a great relationship goal. Something for your mental and physical health, like we described. Maybe it's exercise 5 days a week for 30 minutes. You want to become much healthier, or it's to sleep better, or it's a weight loss goal, or maybe it's a work goal where you have a career goal. Maybe it's a promotion or increasing sales in your business. Really measure it, what you have to do. What are the key action steps you've got to nail on a daily and or weekly basis? Get an accountability partner to check in with you, at least once a week. No more, or I'm sorry, no less than, once a week. And if it's once a day, that's great as well, or a few times a week, but no longer than once a week. Um, and get it on the calendar, schedule it, make clear times when you want to do these most important tasks towards your most important goals. So my challenge to you is identify something that you want to accomplish or habit you want to start or stop in the next 90 days, measure it, get an accountability partner, and get it on the calendar as much as you can. If you found this episode useful, please share it with one person that you believe it could have a life-changing effect on. Please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that very much. That helps us grow. And I wish you an elevated life of success, happiness, and positive impact.